Let's start with the sort of the pleading from Ghislaine Maxwell to the administration to free her. What do you make of her? Well, the way in which her lawyers are acting on her behalf so far, given this meeting with the DOJ.
Well, of course she wants to cut some kind of a plea deal. I mean, she wants to get out of jail. Who wouldn't that's been behind bars? But at the end of the day, she has information that people should know. And she should want to give this information for the moral integrity of it. I mean, come to terms with what you've done. Show the world that you are rehabilitated. Show the world that you deserve to be out of jail, and confess. Confess to everything you've done. Talk about what you've done. And then maybe the administration could consider commuting the sentence, but she would have to give information that would be relevant to the general public so that other individuals, perpetrators, could be prosecuted.
Clearly, this is causing a huge headache for the Trump administration, not least because Donald Trump said he was going to release everything related to Jeffrey Epstein and isn't releasing everything related to Jeffrey Epstein. With all due caution that there is to any potential legal ramifications, why do you think that is?
I mean, look, Donald Trump has created his own mess. All he had to do was avoid the topic during the campaign trail, but he dove into this. He's the one that made this an issue in his campaign trail because he knew that his voters were interested in getting this information out. And now that he's in control and now that he gets to make those decisions, he's backpedaling. And, look, the victims have wanted this information to come out since 2006 when the investigation originally began. I don't care what administration has been in office, whether it was George Bush, who was originally in office when this investigation started, or Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama, or Joe Biden, or Donald Trump. The victims want the information to be disclosed so the general public can learn what happened, who did what, and some vindication, some measure of justice can be done for those people that are currently now hiding behind secrecy.
Trump said that he's never been to the island, Epstein's island. He kicked Epstein out of his private club in Florida for being a creep, the administration says, and he's never drawn a picture of a woman as part of any 50th birthday card for Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think that the lack of release of that information is because the president's name is on a list somewhere, or maybe it's deeper than that? It's not just about the president; it's about the American state.
I think he's creating his own controversy. I mean, he created this issue, and now he's creating controversy over the issue by refusing to release the information. We knew back in 2007 when I was originally litigating these claims that Donald Trump's name came up frequently in discussions and issues surrounding Epstein. We knew that they were friends for 10 to 15 years, and the friendship broke up. I think he's admitted this now specifically because he was angry that Epstein hired people from his club, and He told them not to do that, and then he did it again. Who did he hire? I can tell you that Virginia Giuffre, one of the original victims that was trafficked around the world, Virginia worked at Mar-a-Lago. And we know that Epstein found her through Ghislaine Maxwell out of Mar-a-Lago. Is she one of the people that ended the relationship between Trump and Epstein? I'd like to know. And I think that our media, you on behalf of your media, should be asking these questions of Donald Trump. Who are the people that Epstein allegedly hired and took away from Mar-a-Lago? I'm wondering if Virginia Giuffre is one of them. But look, at the end of the day, this issue regarding a list, there was never a list of names that we saw as attorneys. But what there was a sphere of influence and individuals that would call the home on a regular basis. I've got the phone logs to the house. I've got the message pads of phone calls that were made to the home. And in those phone messages are very significant individuals, people in the corporate world and the entertainment world that were calling Epstein's home. They didn't create a list of these people, but undoubtedly the FBI has created some kind of a list based upon the videos that they've watched. And there's thousands of hours of surveillance video that were taken out of the different homes that Epstein owned.